What was supposed to be a festive season turned into a nightmare for some Filipinos as rain spawned by a shear line caused heavy flooding in several parts of Visayas and Mindanao.
At least 6 people have been reported dead due to the flooding brought by the heavy rains. Jem Avancenia with the big story.
Floods and non-stop rains greeted residents in Visayas and Mindanao on Christmas Day. In Balangkayan, Eastern Samar, residents had to evacuate in the middle of incessant rains, leaving their town submerged in flood. Over 2,000 families were affected in the town of Hipapad after flood reached the second floors of houses. Most homes also did not have power supply, forcing some to celebrate Christmas in the dark. In Boronga City, flooding was reported in Samang Suribao, while a minor landslide occurred in Barangay Calikoan. Residents helped clear roads to make way for passing vehicles. In total, around 30,000 residents were affected by flooding in Eastern Samar. Meanwhile, in Northern Samar, 5 people are missing, including 4 fishermen who had set sail despite bad weather. One of their companion was reported dead.
Noong 22 po, December 22, nung pumalaot po yung mga kababayan natin, medyo okay pa yung weather, no? Pero along the way, na-encounter nila yung masamang panahon, no? Nagkaroon ng yun, na-missing sila.
Meanwhile, in Hingoog City, a state of calamity has been declared due to massive flooding. 16 barangays were submerged in floodwaters, forcing residents to flee their homes on Christmas. In Zamboanga City, 13 homes were damaged by flood and strong winds. 13 barangays in the area were affected. The Department of Social Welfare and Development Office has started distributing relief goods to affected residents. Based on the latest tally by the NDRRMC, 6 are reported dead while 19 are missing. Around 100,000 people in different areas were affected by flooding and heavy rain. For News 5, Jem Avancenia, we are One News.
So let's find out more about what caused the flooding in Visayas and Mindanao over the Christmas weekend. We have with us PAGASA weather forecaster Alzar Aurelio over Zoom to help us out. Good evening, sir. Sir, PAGASA has been reporting about shear lines and the impact of amihan. But ano po ba ang shear line and why did it cause this much rainfall, sir?
First of all, good evening to all of you. Shear line is one of the weather system which combine effect of cool air, which is northeast monsoon, and warm air that's easterlies. Because the two air masses combined causes thick clouds such as thunderstorm. So severe thunderstorm will bring moderate to heavy rains, which we experience for our fellow people over Visayas and some parts of Mindanao. And from our observation, they experience moderate to heavy rains, of course, part of Visayas and some parts of northern Mindanao. Also in southern Palawan, which they experience moderate to heavy rains caused by shear line. While the northeast monsoon today affect almost whole Luzon. Aside from we expect cool weather, we expect rains on the eastern section, over the eastern section of Luzon, such as Cagayan Valley, Aurora, Quezon, and Bicol region because of this northeast monsoon.
Okay, sir, how do we monitor the shear lines? The same way ba to as we do for habagat? Predictable po ba siya?
Yes, we have monitoring tools such as satellite, also the synoptic station all over the country, plus the numerical models that give us the guidance what to expect for coming 3 days if this shear line will continue to persist on some areas, especially on Visayas and Mindanao.
Sir, should we expect one more cyclone to enter PAR before the end of the year?
Well, for this December, 1 to 2 as tropical cyclone. So today is December 26, so we have 5 days left before 2023. And for the next 3 days, we expect no pressure area or tropical cyclone inside the PAR. And hopefully, there's no tropical cyclone before the end of the this year.
All right, hoping for that indeed. Maraming salamat po for joining us tonight, Pag-asa weather forecaster Alzar Aurelio. Thank you, sir.
Meanwhile, here to give us the latest on the ground over in Misamis Oriental, we have with us their Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office Head, Fernando Vincent Dy. He's joining us live via Zoom. Good evening, Sir Vincent, and welcome to the big story. First of all, kumusta ho ang sitwasyon ninyo dyan? Have floodwaters subsided? Are there still some areas which are isolated as we speak?
Good evening, Sir Jester and Ma'am Danny. As of the moment, as of this hour, wala na pong reported na pagbabaha dito sa Misamis Oriental. But based on our weather monitoring application, no, meron na namang masama na naman ang lagay ng panahon the next 2 days, 27th and the 28th. But hopefully, lulusaw yung shear line na yan. No? So, because it really caused a lot of headache, caused a lot of damage here in the eastern part of Misamis Oriental. Governor Peter Onabia, the chairman of the Dream Council of Misamis Oriental, already talked to the mayors regarding the augmentation, the help, the assistance that the provincial government is going to extend to the affected barangays, municipalities, and cities. And starting tomorrow, very early in the morning, karagdagan na naman na ayuda na galing sa provincial government po ang ipamamahagi natin sa mga evacuees natin sa mga evacuation centers.
Okay, given that you mentioned you're expecting the bad weather to persist, does that mean stay muna sa evacuation centers yung mga residente? And more to that point, how many residents now are in evacuation centers in the province?
Right now, unofficial tally, it's at 9,118 number of families all over the affected municipalities and cities na nasa mga evacuation centers, nasa gyms, no, nasa mga covered courts, at saka sa mga barangay halls, at saka ang dami na rin pumasok na mga assistance, no, galing sa national government through the DSWD, the NHA already called, no? So we expect a lot of help from the national government, thanks to our president, President Bongbong Marcos. Then dito naman sa part ng Misamis Oriental, tuloy-tuloy po yung packing natin for the much needed food assistance to the evacuees, which we expect to increase in the coming days, since the mayors already instructed the dream officers of the respective municipalities that all the evacuees should stay at the evacuation center and not to return yet, not advised to return yet to the respective homes.
Now, lastly, before we let you go, Sir Vincent, if I recall it right, October, ang tindi rin ng ulan dyan sa Misamis at marami ring areas na binaha. Are some of the affected areas also the ones which were affected back then? And given that, nakabangon na ba sila?
Actually, most of the barangays affected the past 3 days were mostly the same barangays also affected last October. Since these barangays affected are part of the coastal waters of Misamis Oriental. So kung merong mga abnormalities, no, pagtaas ng water level sa mga karagatan natin ng Misamis Oriental, right away these barangays automatically, no, palagi sila. That's why the good governor already arranged a meeting with the DPWH on the 28th. No, para mapag-usapan po yung relocation ng lahat ng mga houses na situated along the coastal areas of Misamis Oriental. And hopefully, we will be able to come up with a mutual understanding, cooperation, lalong-lalo na doon sa mga residente, that they will be able, that they will accept, no, whatever is given to them. This is, again, for the advancement na hindi na mangyayari ulit ang nangyayaring ito sa kanila. As far as they were able to cope after last October, actually, yes, they were able to cope because not just food packs were given to them, but also livelihood were already turned over by the provincial government under Governor Peter Onabia.
Okay. Thank you very much for those updates. We do hope that you keep us updated regarding those talks on the possible relocation there. Again, Misamis Oriental PDRRMO Head Fernando Vincent Dy.